Alive.
It's alive.
It's alive.
Now
I'm
Hello,
curious.
everyone. We're going to do our typical about 10 to 15 minutes of
Bullfuckery.
a
I was gonna say
bullfuckery.
bullshittery,
Exactly.
but that works.
And make our plans of how to take over the world.
Nah, we're not necessarily going to do that.
Well, I failed in my impression of thinking of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so my cousin and I are so excited to go to Comapalooza because it's gonna be my first time going to a small con, and then it's gonna be his maybe like third or fourth time, I think.
I know a few words in Korean, by the way.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Slowly learning.
Oh yeah, Riddick, I was gonna ask you. So you're at any point you're never allowed to come over here, like go out to the States.
No, I can. It's difficult.
You don't want a nasty ass germs though.
It's a whole paperwork type thing, right? I'm assuming. Whole ordeal.
Well, besides trying to get my leave approved by a shitty ass S1, I gotta get a COVID test 2 days prior.
Oh yeah.
Then I fly out to the States. Once I get back, I gotta get another COVID test. Then I gotta quarantine, and then I gotta get another COVID test, and then quarantine at my actual unit, and then I can go to work.
And I just want to get a COVID test over your COVID test so you can COVID test.
I mean, you know, if
getting
I'm being honest, like I feel like that's how everybody feels, especially wrestlers. You know how many fucking wrestlers like have to like fly after like, you know, as much as they have their main company, they also do indie shows. So
It's worse for Japan though. That's a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine.
You unless you are on military business, like you have orders to go, or a Japanese national, you are not allowed to set foot into that country.
Really?
Yup, their COVID restrictions are really fucking strict. It's like World War II fucking Nazi Hitler.
They're deadly serious.
Well, they're not fucking
They're
around
serious as
because
death itself.
they want that shit to end. They want.
You're basically looking at like, okay, now look what America's doing, but not doing
Like,
anything.
you can fly out, but getting back in is a whole different story.
Hello?
Hey, Gals, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you again.
What's up? No, did you guys hear me or no?
You said
Something about Netflix.
So Jackass 4.5 is coming to Netflix Friday.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
sweet.
4.5.
Yeah,
Really?
4.5 is coming.
That's kind of cool.
I think
I
we'll
might
see more
watch that.
behind the scenes of Pontius and his penis.
Oh,
Not that I-
and you know how Americans like text through SMS and fucking like WhatsApp and like other
Yup.
type
Yep.
shit.
Unfortunate. but
Koreans mostly use cacao.
true. Didn't they make some Flash games? I think?
Christian.
I might be wrong.
No,
What's up, buddy?
there's no flash games.
Check this
Cacao is like it's kind of like
Yes, there was a
a
company
lot of
that
Guess who's this? Guess who's this from? This
might be thinking about
Tequila's
different
from-
cacao than
Who?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson's tequila.
No shit. You got Terramana?
Yep.
How much was it?
It was like 30 something. It was still
Oh,
fucking.
cool.
I wish I could see right now.
I gotta check my phone.
Yeah.
It was so fucking worth it.
I can
bet.
imagine. Yeah.
You fucking alcoholic.
Listen, it was my mother's birthday, so obviously I had to drink something.
Sure.
You
Always
know?
have an excuse. Alcoholics always have an excuse to drink.
I'm Hispanic, okay? We all drink.
That is
I mean,
fucking true. Actually, I can't deny
the
that.
same
That
can
is
be said for
absolutely
anybody that's European American.
True.
I mean, my dad's side of the family, they can hold their liquor. Not me, though.
I'm not one of those people that drinks every single day. But whenever
Who
I feel
is
like
really fucking with their mic right now?
My uncle Dean and his son Blake. Ooh. Oh, I drink Christian here under the table, no doubt.
Well, it doesn't take much to drink me under the table, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, because you told me that
We
story.
heard
You
the story.
and,
We
Seth,
heard the
like,
story.
got fucking drunk.
Oh yeah, no, I got shit faced. Now, granted, that was with rum. Rum is not hard to get shit faced on.
And
No,
your
it's
ass
not.
is the
It's like
one
the most
stuff you want
easiest
to
thing to
not
get
fuck
the
with.
face on.
All right, Christian, I
Well,
gotta go.
The
Oh,
name.
it's so
Okay, you
aggressive.
gotta go already.
Yeah, but
Jesus,
you know,
Jesus.
I'm glad that we actually
Pulling out of here.
got this shit to fucking work.
Absolutely.
Figure it
And
out.
now,
Yeah,
if
just
I
preparation.
don't want to host, I can let you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
man.
we'll do a test hosting at some point.
Just as
Yeah,
easy for you to let me go.
Another thing too, I want to maybe have Sarah on as well to see
How she
kind of
wants
have
to do.
her. Yeah, just to kind of have like kind of see all this stuff too, this technical stuff too.
Right. Okay.
Because I think she could help with.
Hey, speaking of which, can you check and see if
Oh,
Mary can join in?
Shit. Why are you being so
I-
aggressive about licking though? Like on the cool, like why you gotta lick her like you're trying to dry her off with your tongue?
Okay, here's the thing.
My bad, it wasn't
She
fucking
said
with that.
I will have to give it a shot next Saturday. Work
Absolutely.
for me with Swamp, which was this week. I don't know if she will join if I'm not
Okay.
there, so we'll see. Let me message her. Let me text her and see. Or just if you want to, you can just message her just saying, hey, if you want to join.
I sent her the link to the video to the live stream. So
Okay.
if she wants to watch it to get a general idea of how we do things, then she can.
Mhm. And
I hate
just
this fucking unit.
we'll send her in the DM saying like, hey, you're more than welcome to join or whatever. If you don't feel comfortable or not able to join right now, that's fine. Don't feel pressured into.
Huh. You know, we
Meeting.
ain't seen in a while.
What's up?
Who's
Taco
that?
Cat.
She's been super busy. She has she works really weird hours, so and she works in a correction center, so that's probably
Man.
not going to be a case for a while.
That takes
Miranda, I'm waiting for Miranda's return. Miranda's gonna come back
She should
during
be
the
joining
summer.
in sometime this summer,
Yeah.
and then she should be good.
And the
I
bullfuckery
wouldn't want to
will
be anywhere near prison.
continue.
Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
who is like heavily breathing into their fucking
I'm gonna head out.
microphone? I'm genuinely curious.
I'm trying
Since I
to
watched
see.
the Boondock episode where the Boondocks episode where it was the booty
By the
Oh,
one.
way,
that's Runic. Just a little bit. I think
Okay.
your mic was a little bit too close, but you're good.
Probably.
All right,
Kinda heated.
see you, Lewis.
See ya.
Alrighty then. So on to our own normal bullshit.
Well, Soul's off limits
Who? What?
because two soldiers got caught underage drinking, public intoxication, and fighting a Korean national.
Ouch.
Do it. I bet you won't. I bet you
So
won't
now,
try to clean.
now Soul's
Ah.
off limits because their command team had to go up and bail him out just a few minutes ago.
Damn, bro. Hey, at least nobody's going like the way Ezra Miller's going.
That is a fair and valid point, my good sir.
That
Well,
fella, that fella is a
All day and night.
hoot.
There's a
Awesome.
case 2 weeks ago that was a lot worse.
Fuck the shit out of everything.
What's up, Gallus? What were you saying?
Nothing. I'm watching TV.
Ah,
Goes
okay.
on with sound with massive on.
Yeah.
Too high.
Trying to give her man. Trying to give love to this chick.
Christopher.
Anyways.
They played Master.
Two. Oh, hey. You know what there, Christian? One viewer, here we come. There, net stardom.
Well, here's the thing: is I am said one viewer, so don't get too fucking happy.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, he's only viewer. He's only the ever viewer we ever have.
Do not give yourself unrealistic expectations.
Jesus Christ, Joe! Never do that fucking voice again.
It's like Christian's British voice. It's something I don't want to ever hear from anybody's mouth.
I was doing the actually.
Actually, that's not correct.
For the love of God,
Man.
stop.
If I am the way I am mentally right now in the times where you get beat up for being a nerd, I'd be making a bunch of jocks my bitches.
Like, how do they find y'all, bro?
Right
Like,
there, jockstrap. You want a taste of it in my belt?
Jesus Christ, Joe!
Pull my
Let's
belt.
never talk about that again.
Yeah. just saying. The guy's like, English.exe has crashed. Windows is trying to find a solution to the problem.
Shit.
What the fuck?
Or like, you know what I mean? We're like, shit, it's doing numbers on me.
Bro, I need something sweet to drink. I have fucking soda that has liquor in it that's died down because I haven't drank the last day or two.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I actually heard of something like that called cocaine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not making this up. It actually exists. Caffeine and alcohol in one can, and it has that name, and they never changed the name. Like, look it up. I'm not fucking with you guys. Do it, Christian. I know you wouldn't dare. You're not man enough for it.
I'm sorry, what am I not man enough for?
I say, look up this this beverage called cocaine. That's like, it has caffeine and alcohol in it.
Yeah, I've heard it's called liquid cocaine. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, it was called by just cocaine, but yeah. Man,
Alright.
if that shit doesn't
So,
make you black out and crackhead, like I don't know what would.
trying to send this to as much people as I possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah, without getting deep into it, what we talked about, yeah, that's really fucked up.
Oh, yeah. No, wholeheartedly, I agree.
Failure to communication is what I've seen a lot of relationships ended on. It's ended on a really, really shitty note. Of course, I'm saying this, and I'm still between being single and not single with this girl, but
How is that
I'm
going,
actually
Joe?
happy.
I saw
I
that
was
you posted
genuinely
that.
curious. Yeah, I saw that you posted that. It was going well.
She got my number on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. I forget. Hold on, I may have to go back to the top of my tab. Well, actually, yeah. Hold on. This is gonna take me like fucking long time.
So yeah, I sent out to my squad.
It was
I
first
said-
day, actually.
I said if I find out anyone goes, it will be either a
What were you saying, Runic?
It was
I
first
said-
day.
I sent this to my squad. I said, oh wait, it's cool.
It's dinner time, guys.
I said, if I find out anyone goes, it will be either a smoke session or a counseling. I promise.
Yeah, I agree with.
If anyone goes to Seoul and I find out, I'm either gonna smoke the fuck out of one of you, or I'm gonna counsel you.
Soul.
What happened?
Seoul, Korea.
Oh,
Apparently, somebody was there
What's
and they done fucked up. They done goofed.
when you were saying
Oh.
soul, it's like thinking SOL soul, like the Norse.
Because it's
No.
off limits for Suwon, like entirely.
I hear it's
Yeah, the
I hear
easiest
it's a
way I
lot.
could say it is,
The easiest way I could say is the whole situation. And
They're
correct me
probably
if I'm
being
wrong, Runic.
transported right now, but other than
Hey.
that, should
I
be.
hear-
Runic. Correct
Here's
me if I'm
Soul
wrong.
is-
The easiest way to explain it is they've done goofed.
Here, Seoul's a big
There
old
will be,
city where a lot of technology.
There's going to be an
Please tell me you get
E7
that reference.
and officer or higher on a guard shift at the gate. The walk,
no, please tell me
the
you got
walk-in
that
gate,
reference, Runic.
and they are going to be pulling shifts consecutively.
Yeah, well, no, that's how it be sometimes, man. But yeah, no, please tell me you got that reference.
Yeah, I sent it in the group.
I said you've done
They're
goofed.
starting Friday, 1500 through
All-Star,
Sunday.
fucking 4-star.
Cannon pull directed.
Yeah. How in the bleeding
Be a guard
Protestant
force
hell did
at
you
the
manage to
two
do that?
unlocking gate. The
Fuck
guard
you,
force
that's
will be
how.
manned by E7 above. This includes officers. The S3 will publish the order with further details and will dictate the shift schedule. E6 will hold jurisdiction at this level. Any leader that fails to track accountability of personnel or enforce 2300 check policy, this is for the entire battalion. And there's obviously more to it, but
I couldn't
Okay, so it turns
hear some of
out
that.
I didn't need to have this thing on because apparently it doesn't even show up on the actual stream. So fun times. Let's go ahead and get this shit started about 15 minutes early. Why don't we?
no, I'm not talking about that.
But shoot the shit. I mean,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Snodacast, episode 20 of season 3. I'm your host, the lovable dumbass in charge, Blackchat56, and I'm of course joined by Gallows.
I'm making hot dogs. So there's that.
All right, well that's always a good thing, and of course, a relative, long ass motherfucker that hasn't been here for a while, Runic Skull.
Doing good.
That's good. That's good. And oh right, Joe's still here.
you can probably can't tell because my face is in here, but I love all of you equally.
All right, Joe. That's pretty terrifying. You're not gonna do anything drastic, are you?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Well, when somebody says that I love all of you, kind of ends up to the point where we find out in the news somebody killed themselves.
Exactly.
Nice Buffalo Bill.
Tell
All
me,
right.
Bill.
From
You
Silence
know,
of the Lambs.
I was gonna say through speaking of Bill, there was like a substitute teacher that was around the Lamar ISD that actually had his legal name like Cowboy Bill.
Fucking shit.
I'm making this
All
up.
right. Alrighty then. Well, we're gonna go ahead and go into the age-old question that no Snodacast can start without. Weekly updates. How's everybody's week? We're gonna go Joe, Gallows, and then Runic, and then me. So Joe, how's your week, buddy?
Well, Thursday I started texting with a really sweet little lady that, out of respect for her privacy, I'm not gonna name her here, but
Okay.
oh, well,
All
kind
right.
of like almost a bit on the same length, somewhat.
That's always a good thing.
Also,
I
she's
wish
not
you the
picky.
best of luck, buddy.
Also, she's not
So-
picky either, so
Hey, that's always a good thing too.
yep.
Oh, I am so sorry, Christopher Beyblade Master. How you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining
Aside
in.
from that, things have been swimmingly.
Oh shit, we have a viewer. All
We
right.
do.
Welcome.
Welcome. To your left, grab a stretcher. To your right, grab a cookie.
See, now you've confused me. I just want you to know that.
One of our we had somebody in the comments basically, and I don't usually keep chat open, so
You really
that's
should.
partly my problem. I definitely should. Here's what I can do is I can do live chat from here. All right. Well, I don't think he's with us anymore, unfortunately, but that is always a good thing. So anyway, or not always a good thing, but that's it's always a good thing that at least he joined in. I apologize if you're watching this post live, but
So it's
of
not
course
We
You?
miss you very dearly.
no, it's not me.
You had me
No.
fooled.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we also have to ask Runic, how's things been? How's your week, buddy?
Oh, whoa. I thought it was Joe.
Oh, my bad.
me, and then
Joe
Rudy.
Gallows. Yeah, my bad.
No,
Gallows, how's your
no.
week?
No, you already went the other
How's your
way.
week, buddy?
No,
How's your
no.
week, buddy? How's your week?
It was good, man. It was work like always. That's always.
Work like
Just
always, since the reason I probably skipped over it. Anyways.
good.
All right. Runic, how you been, buddy? How's things been?
Besides getting over the mental block of depression and anger of my unit, I've been alive. I have my
I can relate.
nicotine, and
Absolutely.
I'm working.
nicotine is the best teen. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Oh my gosh, Christian.
I know. I will
Oh,
shoot
Okay, you
myself
tell me
in
not to say
accordance
things
later.
like that again. That's one I would hold on. Yeah.
Hey. Don't worry. I will shoot myself in accordance later. But let's get this over with before I do that.
I don't know how
Anyways.
to do that. Make sure you don't miss.
How's your week been, buddy? Aside from the nicotine and everything. So, you know.
Oh boy, what is it? What are you gonna show me? Fucking get all of that shit. What the fuck? Is that an artillery round in a tree?
What the fuck?
Wow.
What the hell's going on, man?
His roommate probably just
That
showed
comes
him
out
something.
of the tree. That's gone.
Yeah. All right. Well, my week has mostly been the same. I'm actually
And they're
tomorrow
cutting
is
it
my
down.
last day at my current store, and then I transfer on Wednesday. So I have Monday, Tuesday off. Possibly, I might end up being busy Monday because they might call me in, and I know that we've had a hard time getting people to open on Mondays. So I don't know. But beyond
Punch
that,
the wall again.
This
yeah,
is
but
at
beyond that,
the new place or the old?
no, this is at
No.
my current store. They might call me in. We don't know. But other than that, I plan on going fishing on Tuesday. I specifically told them, like, don't be afraid to call me in on Monday because I might be able to show up. But on Tuesday, do not call me in. I have plans. And they said,
Fishing,
okay,
huh?
fishing. Yes.
Going
I
fishing and no
gotta give you
invite?
respect,
I have a
man.
reel and everything. That's kind
Mitch,
of
can you get up to Bimbrook and come fishing with us?
Well,
Oh,
if
you're
you come down to San Antonio, pick me up, and you go back up to Brynbrook.
Then you're getting your own way home.
Wait, you're
You
going
better
to
pay me like $50 in gas.
Dude, back up. You're going to Benbrook?
I'm going to
I'm not
Bimbrook
gonna
Lake,
go.
yeah.
Uncle John lives up there, actually.
I haven't
I know, you told me.
I know.
Shit.
Yep. You tried to invite me last time, and your mom told you no on the dinner thing because I'm like a friend instead of a family friend. You know. Anyways,
If she wasn't around, if she weren't around, I mean,
yeah, I would have been able to go. It's fine. It's whatever.
you
But
just have to watch your language, though, because my
yeah.
Uncle John and my Mima are really not privy to people cussing.
Right, I got you. All right, well, fuck that shit. Let's go ahead and go into our now showing for the time being.
Huh?
So now. So for now showing, we have Stephen King's Firestarter, the remake of the classic Stephen King story from Blumhouse. From what I've been told, this thing is a dumpster fire.
Basically, the Diet Pepsi of Jean Grey.
So is the whole Stephen
no.
King universe like a superhero thing? Is that what it is? Like superpowers universe?
No, she basically, what it was is the whole purpose of the Stephen King story is these parents got they were like tested with LSD and shit like that, and then what happened is their kids, some of them developed powers. So like there's another guy in the story that developed powers, but he was an adult, and then like this one guy he was experimented on, right? But his daughter ended up getting powers of being able to start fires with her mind. The original one starred Drew Barrymore, and this one actually stars Zac Efron, believe it or not, as the dad.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so
Good
he's an absolute ass.
Is he showing his age?
So-
not really.
What I'm hearing is a knockoff brand of the Umbrella Corps.
Or Brightburn?
Kinda, sorta. That's a good example, but you gotta remember, Stephen King wrote this story in the 80s, and it took place. It originally. That's true. Now it also makes sense because it's 10 years after those experiments. So I mean, it takes place in the 80s, but it was the main event started in the 70s. When you really think about
what was going on in the 80s.
Exactly. So that's just kind of the thing.
A lot of pot.
But anyways, so we're basically that was where the original story took place. But now this one apparently takes place in modern day, and all fine and dandy, I guess, but it's like, okay, but why? And also, they have this cut down to an hour and a half. When in all reality, this probably should have been either longer, or it should have been a mini series. So like instead of a movie, it should have been like a mini series on Netflix where you get to really develop these characters. You get to really show her working with her powers. As is though, it's an hour and a half dumpster fire, and it's not even. I've been told it's not worth seeing. It's bad.
It sounds like it should have been a TV series instead of a movie.
Exactly, it should have been something like on Netflix or like on HBO Max.
Or take place in the 80s.
Well, that too. That's always a thing. But you know, it's just what as is what we have. It's pretty bad. So, you know, do you guys have any thoughts, comments, concerns on it? Are you a fan of the original movie, the original book? Like,
I've not seen, read, or even watched any of it, so I really don't know much of it. What I do know of the Stephen King universe is that I always assumed it was some supernatural, superpower type fucking.
Kinda, sorta. There is a thing called The Shining.
Everybody's seen The Shining.
Well, no. In his universe, like there was a rumor going around that maybe the kids from It have the Shine, like a low level tier version of it. And that's how they were able to defeat.
Or is it
The Shining was the first adaptation of The Shining was Stanley Kubrick, but it was based off of the Stephen King book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
and Stephen King notoriously hated that movie.
Wasn't Doctor Sleep supposed to be the after
unofficial
the
sequel?
Shining?
Yes.
Yeah,
so here's the thing. So Doctor Sleep in book form is a sequel to the Overlook or to the original Shining. Now, here's the thing. The movie did a really good job of balancing what like being a adaptation of the book and then also being a loose sequel to the movie. So that's why they didn't get anybody that started to that's why they didn't get anybody to close. They closely resemble what the characters look like in the Kubrick movie, but they also don't make them look entirely like they should. So they look different enough to where it's like, okay, I can tell that's a different person, right? So it's similar enough, but also different. So the way technically in the book of Doctor Sleep, like in the original book of The Shining, the Overlook burns down. Like it does not still stay standing. Like, it blows up basically. And then it essentially becomes like a park and the grounds are still haunted. So in the Doctor Sleep book, they're on the grounds of the Overlook. They're not in the Overlook. Whereas in the Doctor Sleep movie, they essentially kind of do a full circle of it because Kubrick's version was hated by Stephen King. He despised Kubrick's version because he said it wasn't anything like my original story. Now, granted, he has eased up on it later years because he's like, okay, I agree. I was probably just pissed that he didn't, keep to what my ending was. And I think I was like, okay, that's fine. Because usually at that point in time, a lot of Stephen King adaptations kept close enough to the book. Like the only one that was different was and usually he was heavily involved in a lot of his stuff. But Kubrick wanted to do his own thing, and so he didn't. He took elements from the book, but he didn't officially have Stephen King on hand to help write the script or anything. And that was probably to its betterment because I love The Shining, and I love other stuff from Stephen King. Have I not told you guys about a little glorious dumpster fire called Sleepwalkers?
Yeah, you said it once or twice before.
The most gorgeously refined garbage ever in existence is a Stephen King screenplay. And I will say, I've said it before, I will say it again. If you have not seen Sleepwalkers, do your damnedest to try and find it.
Weren't they going to make it into a movie?
It's on HBO Max.
It is a movie. No, it's not on HBO Max. You can get it on Amazon Prime for like $2 to $3 for a rent.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
I'm just gonna mooch off of Amazon, my mom's Amazon Prime for now.
Yeah, it's not included with Prime it won't be included with Prime anytime soon. But I actually have a physical copy of it, so ha. But anyways,
why are you gonna say ha? You know I'm gonna be coming down there, and I'm gonna be watching some DVDs with your ass.
Bitch, you're assuming that I'm gonna have a place for you to watch movies with me.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Are you
Thank
still
you.
not looking for a place? Aren't you?
No, I'm still out. I still have plans and stuff like that. Like honestly, if all things go great with Seth, I may be moving in with him. But anyways, so back on
It's
to the
fine.
Stephen King stuff.
Just tell your
So,
parents you're great.
We
If you
got
do that-
way off topic, by the way.
If you do that, you're
So-
probably not going to sleep much any longer for the rest of your days.
It's fine. I don't personally care. But anyways, so what it comes down to is I am not looking forward to ever watching this movie because I don't think I ever will. What do you guys think of this Firestarter movie? Have you guys seen trailers for it? Have
I've
you
seen trailers of it, and it seemed okay. I thought the movie was some type of like a Marvel or
Superhero-esque movie,
some
yeah.
superhero movie at first, and so
No.
you said it was a Stephen King movie. I was like, what?
It's a
I
Stephen
was
King
like,
adaptation,
I guess.
yeah. There's only one thing that Stephen King has ever fought to get his name taken off of. And that was the glorious masterpiece that is Lawnmower Man.
Okay, I don't know if I should believe you. If that's even a real movie or not.
It is a real movie. Okay, granted, Stephen King had a very short story called The Lawnmower Man about a lawnmower that becomes sentient and kills a family.
Oh, it's because of that
okay.
tire movie. That
It's-
Now-
I'm not gonna
Here's
disrespect
the
it,
thing.
but
Here's the thing.
that
Here's the
sounds
thing.
like
Here's
a
the thing.
fucking
The
B-movie plot.
movie has one sentient lawnmower, and it's basically being manipulated by somebody that's psychic due to virtual reality.
That sounds horrible.
That sounds
It
like
a
a fucking
horrible
is.
movie
That's
idea,
a
bro.
It
That-
is,
that-
and it has
If
some
that's not a
very
fucking B movie. I don't know what is.
okay. Here's the thing. It has some and I do mean god awful effects. I will never disagree with you on that. However, there are some very good creative ideas with the effects. Like it's never boring, but there's definitely some awful effects. So yeah, I mean there is that. But he literally not only did he fight to get his name off of the poster and the movie when it first released in theaters, then he had to fight again to get his name off of the home video release. He fought to get it off twice.
Oh wow.
So he's like, out of all the things that he never wanted to be associated with, it was Lawnmower Man. Like, bro, there's a couple of things I can think of that I would want to take my name off of if I was Stephen King. I wouldn't take my name off Sleepwalkers just because I have a cameo in it, and that makes no sense. But, like... oh, there's definitely
I'll say
some Stephen King movies I
Firestarters.
would take my name off.
Since that wasn't that really good. You know what? Hold on. The movies I think they're pretty good from Stephen King himself was
Pet Sematary.
The It, Pet
Either-
Cemetery 1 and 2, Cujo.
Well, here's the thing: there was never a sequel book to Pet Sematary. They entirely made it as a film. It was a
Really?
film's idea only. It wasn't connect. It was connected, but only very loosely. Hence the reason they called it Pet Sematary too. But it was also because the same director did it too. Mary Shelley, or not Mary Shelley. Forget her name. Anyways, yeah. So
Mary Shelley is Frankenstein, or AKA
Yes.
the modern Prometheus.
I think it's Mary Shelby. I don't remember. I do not remember. And anyways, we're getting way off topic. Let's go ahead and go into our first topic for tonight. So our first topic is Microsoft might be allowing the validation for owning a older disc or newer with the Series S. And that is if you have a physical copy of it and you can get a disk drive, which we don't know what type of disk drive, if it's going to have to be a Microsoft only one, or if you could just get really any regular disk drive and you can insert it in there. And if it reads it, it will take you automatically to the where that game would be in the Microsoft store. So I'm gonna let Joe take over because he's the one that has actually read this article, and we'll share our thoughts from there.
I'm gonna pull it up because, well. Okay. According to TechWriter, or previously I was looking at Game Rant, Microsoft is currently looking at plans for with a patent
How'd you get your video? How'd you get your screen like that?
What are you talking about?
He's talking to me.
Fucking shit. Oh, keep going. Sorry about that, Joe.
It's okay. I'll have to start over real quickly.
Good.
A new patent suggests Microsoft is designing a system that would allow the Xbox Series X to play physical game discs. I'm not hearing the applause, so I'll just make it happen in my own fucking head. Although it's yet to be confirmed, the speculative system will enable owners of their digital-only console to convert their physical games into downloadable copies. Insert rant about digital ownership, but that's for another time. The patent describes a system that would validate your ownership of a physical game before granting you access to its digital equivalent to download online. It would involve two devices. One that includes an optical drive capable of reading game discs and verifying ownership, and a second that you use to download said games. It's like pairing a console. It's like pairing a console with an external disk drive, albeit a drive that's capable of independently connecting with Xbox servers to authenticate game ownership.
Okay. All right. Well, I think personally it's not a bad idea. It's essentially what they've already done with the Series X, which has really good backwards compatibility. I think it has maybe not all, but definitely like 99% of the Xbox 360 back catalog, and then a handful of Xbox games. So
it would
yeah.
In the patent, it said that it would address concerns over backwards compatibility. Some are reluctant to upgrade to the next generation because they can't carry over their existing library of Xbox physical games to digital-only systems. I mean, I don't blame them. I'd feel the same
I don't
way.
either. I would kill for a couple, like, you know how cheap it would be to get some old PS2 games to get it if PlayStation 5 had a backwards compatibility up to PlayStation, like the original PlayStation. Holy shit, I'd be fucking phenomenal. But you know,
Sony's kind of
This is a good idea altogether.
Yeah.
Sony will be Sony, but
I think didn't Sony do it too? Though? Didn't Sony do that for a while?
They
Like
only had
backwards
compatibility.
Okay, well here's a rub though with this. That this article is kind of hitting you with. Consequently, when an owner of a previous gen video game device purchases a next gen game device, the owner is unable to play their physical game media. Instead, the owner must purchase the digital version of the video game concept of the next generation video game device, which there's no need. It doesn't take a fucking PhD in physics to see why that's a bad thing.
Well, yeah, but that's essentially the. Didn't they not do that already with the Series X? But no, I think the Series X actually, they gave you full access as long as you had the copy of it. As long as it was in the Microsoft Store, you could just re-download it.
That's right, and if it's also optimized as well.
Right.
There it describes in this article that it sounds like a handy feature, but not only for like the back catalog, but let them purchase games without having to go for the official store. Physical editions of the games can be found for less than the price they're listed on the digital marketplace, so bulking up your game library with disc copies can still somewhat be affordable. Unless you're like an absolute shitter like me and still go for the rare collector's editions, but that's not a very financially stable thing to do.
No.
However, there's still bits of it that are kind of a big question mark. It's not clear what this device will look like. It may be like a traditional external disk drive, like the kind you just slap into your PC, or don't.
Right.
Why the fuck would you these days? But that's not what we're here to talk about. But it could also be something entirely. An Xbox One, for example, is capable of reading optical discs and connecting to the Xbox servers, so seems capable of filling the same function. Finally, the article said it doesn't specify what would happen to the disc copy of a game once you verify it. It's likely that each disc can only be authenticated once. That would fucking suck. And an effort to prevent digital privacy. Okay, there is no 100% foolproof way to prevent digital privacy, but
No.
we're not here to talk about that. That's a whole different can of worms. But although it's unclear if it could still be used on a console that's not connected to Microsoft servers, and with last weekend the servers were down in a really shitty way. That's kind of important to talk about. Pretty much right now, it's all speculation, and that shit. I mean, either you never even be to see the light of day, or it just be years away from making it to the market. Discuss. And
I personally don't think it's a bad idea, but I could definitely see where it can go downhill real fast.
yeah,
Especially because the Series S only has so much space.
yeah.
So that's my biggest problem. Is the Series S only has so much space, and then it's also like $200 to freaking expand. You know, your
just about $200
storage.
just to get a fucking Seagate. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the only real like full expansion you could do in order to get like Series X or the Series X or S generation games on that drive. So,
And the fact that some games I meant to bring up that some games are getting their Xbox One and PS4 versions canceled. Well,
there are. We will be talking about that soon.
That
but,
is showing to me that they'll eventually be discontinued probably sooner rather than you think, and I better get a fucking Series X. Well, no, what's good for me.
Yup.
I've been thinking about getting a Series X because it's the only other system you can really buy.
It has the most memory out of the two, and they could do
But I'm still a PlayStation person, so I'm like, do I really want to continue waiting for them to come out with the PlayStation? Or do I just want to get an Xbox and just start playing random fucking games and shit again?
That's up to you, but honestly, Sony's gonna be stuck till trying to get their stock shit figured out for a while. So
Very true, my friend. Very true.
that's just my take. Like, whatever you do, I'm not holding you by the puppet strings. You have been granted at birth. We are granted the free will to do whatever the fuck we want.
What the fuck are you going about?
I don't even know. It's Joe. 9 times out of 10, I don't know what he's going on about. But unless you guys have any more thoughts, comments, concerns about this, we're going to go ahead and go into our next topic.
I got nothing on it.
Honestly, yeah. I just think it was an interesting idea to bring up. All right, on to our next topic. The official trailer for Avatar: The Way of Water has now released online, and I mean, it's the same freaking trailer.
Good.
It looks really good, yeah. So I'm getting more and more pumped for this movie the more I hear about it, just because I feel like they finally focus more on a better story, a more original story, as well as, obviously upping the special effects as well. So, that's a big important thing.
Story.
Well, Avatar was known for the special effects in the world building servers they had. So basically stating that everybody's going to be going to this Avatar movie because
of the effects,
not because of the storyline, but because of the graphics of the whole movie itself.
Oh yeah,
the storyline is a bonus, and everybody's just hoping that it comes out to be a really good story. But if not, people are just going to go for that one reason only.
Right. Runic, you got any thoughts, comments, concerns on this?
What again?
The Avatar 2 trailer. You would have seen it in front of Doctor Strange.
I just hope it's not as boring as the first one was.
Honestly, yeah.
Looking all right so far, but yeah, I'm kind of a little iffy.
Like, I understand, like, the background was meant to look pretty and, like, magical and all that, but they didn't really put too much emphasis on the characters themselves.
And that was the biggest problem I had with it. Is the
characters were basically
boring as
cardboard cutouts.
Yup.
Just like yours truly. I am not flesh and blood. I'm actually composed of various different bits of cardboard.
So, any more thoughts, comments, concerns on this Avatar 2 trailer being online?
I just thought it was a really good topic to talk about. And plus,
yeah. Great. And I mean, it should be important for sure. I definitely would love to see more of a story, like what we're going to get from a story in this, because there's really little to no dialogue in this trailer. There's only really about one line. And obviously I had to watch a trailer breakdown in order to get like certain plot details, and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And I was like, oh, okay, there's like certain elements I'm like, okay, that's genuinely kind of cool. So I give you credit where credit's due. But even still, it just kind of there's a lot of things that go into it, obviously, and I'm thoroughly curious how this movie is going to turn out because it is taking place 14 years after the original. So
The only thing I hope about the movie is that the movie doesn't flop. That's all. That's all I think.
Yes, that's the biggest thing is that it doesn't flop. I think as long as it makes a budget back, I think you could be looking at definitely all of these, all the sequels that were planned coming out.
I'm curious if they're going to show an age difference in the characters.
They kind of have. I mean, honestly, Jake looks different. You obviously can tell that. I mean, he has kids, but I mean, like the Na'vi never really looked old. That's the thing. Like, there was never really an old Na'vi character. You could just tell they were older because of the way they held themselves.
Wasn't there an older wasn't the grandpa old or something like that?
The dad, yeah, but I mean, like, he didn't really, like, you could just tell from his tone of voice and how everybody respected him that he was old. But he wasn't, like, he never really acted old, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't look old. He just looked like that way. So, I don't know. I think they are going to show a little bit of age in the characters, but I don't know how much.
I really hope not that much because it'd be really weird to show him as a really old ass dude and shit.
I mean, it's only been 14 years, so I don't think they're going to do that bad, but still, Anyways, let's go ahead and go into our next topic. The Patton Oswalt-led Hulu series MODOK has been canceled, and that's just after one season. And honestly, here's the thing. I never was interested in it.
I never seen it, so that's my opinion. I
haven't watched it. Yeah, I mean, it didn't interest me. I was like, I'm not really interested in this character. I mean, yeah, Patton Oswalt is funny, but I don't know what the writing's like, and Patton Oswalt is only as funny as his writing allows him to be, and I don't know. It just didn't. From what I've been told, it's a very hit and miss because there's genuine hilarious moments, and then it goes to trying to do some it'll be unintentionally funny, and then it will try to be funny, and it's just dead in arrival. So
I just don't like the animation. That's all it is for me.
Oh, the stop motion robot chicken looking kind of way. Yeah, I agree. The robot.
No, it gave me more of a early 2000 type animation that didn't really work out for Disney for certain Marvel movies, certain Marvel animation series. So it kind of gave me that vibe, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch it because of the graphic. It looks horrible as hell.
Oh yeah, how's it, Christopher?
How you doing, Beyblade Master?
But yeah, it's kind of sad because those series they had like at least 2 to 3 seasons before they canceled those. I was kind of thinking that this would get that many series too, and then it gets canceled. I wasn't really expecting it was gonna get canceled off the first fucking season.
Yeah, Marvel and Disney probably just want to wind those down, and it's like they're not in the MCU. We should probably.
He's saying he is back.
Yep.
Well, it makes no sense though. I mean, why not just throw? Why don't Marvel and Disney just say that's a whole different universe? Because they do that. Because they're doing that with the whole I can't remember the Spider-Man dude. The first Spider-Man guy. The first Spider-Man, Tom Holland. I think that's his name.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. They're doing that with him, so I kind of assumed that they would have done it with that too.
There's been nothing official, but that's Sony Marvel. That's not just Marvel Studios.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There is a difference. Yeah, anything Spider-Man related that doesn't have the Marvel Studios logo in front of it is Sony Marvel.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. Those movies did have the Marvel logos in front of it. So did other movies.
Not the Marvel Studios logo. There's a difference. It just said Marvel. It didn't say Marvel Studios, or it said in association with Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's Marvel, but it's not Marvel.
Exactly. All right. Well, any more thoughts, comments, concerns on MODOK being canceled after one season?
Honestly, I feel like
It's
we're
the
probably...
same. It is, but hey,
I feel like they're probably gonna try to get those finished, and that way so they can bring in more MCU content on Disney Plus.
I can't really critique that character because that character is older than I am.
I agree.
You know what?
It's an odd character to try to make sympathetic and have lead a series, especially a comedy series.
He's a machine only designed for fucking killing. He's not a machine designed for being a hilarious dipshit.
So I just realized this right now. So have you guys ever watched? It has to do with the character and shit. But have you guys ever watched an anime called Afro Samurai?
Oh fuck yeah, man! I love that.
I've heard of Afro Samurai. Yeah.
Actually,
there's a character that looks like Marduk. Is that his name? Yeah, so that looks like him. That looks like him.
Funniest character was,
but more of a perverted type shit, basically.
Okay.
There's more perverted on that case.
Do not punch down.
All right. All right. So
it sounds like things are getting a little crazy on Runic's end.
That they are. Let's go ahead and go into our next topic. Our next topic is we got our first official gameplay for Gotham Knights, as well as some sad news for those of you that own a PS4 or Xbox One. Yeah, you're good.
It's okay.
And or an Xbox One. You are apparently not going to be able to get this this game. So
no, not you.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've basically canceled the release of the PS4 and Xbox One release of the Gotham Knights game, and I feel like that it might follow suit for a lot of other games that are going to release in the future. So
probably, I wish I could get a good deal for trading my dusty ass Xbox One.
Well, I mean, you could always get a Series S and just upgrade over one. Well, yeah, he's going to talk to his mom. That's true. You can get Game Pass Ultimate and just get all the games on PC. So
that's what I have.
True. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, there you go.
The demo gameplay, like, it looks like, I don't know if it's like it'll be full on 4-player co-op, but we all get to see like Nightwing and Red Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Who if I were to pick up the game, even though it looks kind of meh, fuck every other character, fuck everyone, especially Batgirl, Red Hood.
Okay.
Not that Nightwing is not cool on his own. It's just Red Hood's the character where he has the excuse to use guns because if he's using not lethal rounds, he's like, look, if I'm using not lethal rounds, that's my excuse.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I personally think this game is going to be okay. I don't know entirely how well it's going to do. I need to see more gameplay.
Yeah.
And just because the gameplay looks good doesn't mean it is going to be a good game. There's plenty of games that had really good gameplay, especially when they run it in their own engine, and then it goes from there.
Crackdown 3, for example.
Yup. Don't even know what the game is, but I have a feeling it was bad.
Anyways, the first two were like on 360, and then that'll be a topic for another day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually hoping to see actual freaking gameplay for Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, no, I want to definitely see some gameplay for that.
Okay, and you can call me a fucking normie for this, but because I simp for her, I wouldn't mind playing as Harley Quinn.
Well, you just see her ass.
That's true.
Okay, normally I would say fuck off, but I deserve that.
Yep. All right, and Gallows is back.
I'm back.
Gallows, welcome back. He's back. He's better. He put that teddy bear you gave him in the blender.
Fucking weirdo.
Why would you put a teddy in the blender? What did he ever do?
It's a fucking song. It is a song. Shut up, Joe. Anyways, on to Gallows. Do you have any thoughts, comments, concerns on the Gotham Knights being the gameplay release? The gameplay
I'm upset.
demo and
I am upset that it won't be for for systems.
yeah, for PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm upset that it won't be for that.
Yup.
Is it only for the PS4 system? It's only going to be moved to the PS5, right?
No. It's only going to be PS5 and Series X.
Oh man, see that's what I'm upset about. 'Cause that means I would have to buy a whole ass brand new system just to get a whole game.
Absolutely. Runic, you've been oddly quiet. What do you think about this?
I feel like the game's gonna be pretty just off its wallpaper. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a new generation of systems. They can run at a higher capacity, higher frame rate. I think roughly 120 frame rate. Like
I think so.
PC.
Yeah,
So,
I think with HDMI 2.1, you can get up to 120 frames or 120 FPS on games.
So I'm not
PC
expecting
games
like
can go uncapped.
an over exaggerated amount like of hope for the game, but I'm hoping it's as good as it seems.
Right. All right. Well, on to our next topic. The Ahsoka series has officially started filming as of this week, and I need to see a trailer before I make any judgment on it. I've only heard vague details about the plot, and yeah,
So what is it going to be based off of?
it's basically going to be following Ahsoka after Rebels. So it is going to be following like her trying to look for Thrawn, like what she was doing at the end of Mandalorian season 2. So it is going to involve her looking for Thrawn and trying to find Ezra
Who is
and
Thrawn?
General Thrawn. If you've watched the Rebels series, he got introduced in that, and apparently him and Ezra Bridger are actually somewhere out there in the universe for some reason. And
Wasn't he the
he's the blue bad guy.
Mandalorian dude?
Talking about
No,
Thrawn,
Admiral Thrawn
who has
is
a lot of history behind him if you look at the non-canon stuff.
Oh yeah, he was like one of the most popular extended lore. By the way, nice background, Runic.
What's that say?
It's his PCG Runic skull. It's
Damn.
backwards though.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the thing with
yeah.
the camera sometimes.
Yeah. But anyways, beyond that, I mean, it's just there we go. I'm excited for this series because I like Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. So
I think
I'm
she's
curious
good
to see what they do.
for her uncle. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's really good for her show.
She's a good choice, like honest to God. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
wish
I'm
you could
thoroughly interested. And Joe, drink some water. You're thirsty. Shut up. Anyways,
No, you're
There's
right.
a-
I am a little dehydrated.
yeah, drink some fucking water, buddy. Anyways,
I wonder
So,
if she would
any
ever
more-
play live action.
It's fucking.
That's my question.
a live action what?
Live action Lana Kane for Archer.
So she tried turning on today and it didn't turn on.
That'd be interesting. I could see her doing Lana Kane from Archer. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't care who. Somebody has to be really knows how to be like Jim Carrey, kind of like crazy to be like Krieger.
Oh, I think Jim Carrey would be a perfect choice for Krieger.
He's kind of getting old though. Might
He
retire soon,
is.
but
Well, so is Rosario Dawson. I mean, Rosario Dawson's in her 50s.
hey, she looks good for her age.
She does.
And I would say that one saying, but I don't want to get my ass beat as soon as I come down.
Honest to God, I will say a good
You know
choice
what
for
I was
Krieger would be. I know what you're gonna say, and you're good for catching yourself. Anyways, I would say a good choice for Krieger would probably be what's his name? I know. I haven't really thought about that. But anyways, on to our next topic. Speaking of things that have
Chris Arnold
that
could
we're
just-
filming.
Could just be Cyril by himself.
So speaking of things that we're filming, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has wrapped up its filming as of this week, and yeah, apparently James Gunn got very emotional. This is going to be the last time we're going to see Dave Bautista as Drax. And
Really?
Yeah, this is going to be the last time we're ever going to see Drax played by Dave Bautista. And I personally am super pumped for that. I mean, that sounds like a blast. just because James Gunn has said that. I mean, he also said this is going to be the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I'm
damn.
thoroughly interested. Well, he said just in general, like, well, yeah. I mean, obviously with him, he said he's kind of done with this now. But that's the biggest thing is I think personally, I think he's going to be. I think this is going to be really, really good. I think this is going to be a nice emotional send off for a few people. I do think he is going to kill Drax, just because Drax seems to have his like arc kind of complete. Because Thanos is gone and Kratos is gone as well. So I mean,
no one's ever really gone though in the Marvel universes,
it's true, but still,
especially when Moon Knight set up the afterlife. But that's just me.
Well, yeah, but I don't think Dusted technically counts as going into the afterlife because they would remember everything.
Yep.
So,
I
anyways,
can remember what I had for breakfast.
it's basically you're being wished out of existence, is what it is. But that being said, what do you guys have any thoughts, comments, concerns on Guardians of the Galaxy wrapping up filming?
I just really hope the movie is going to be good since it's already done.
I do too.
I've seen pictures of him, of the what's his name, who plays Star-Lord. I've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, the set photos of what the new costumes are going to look like. They look like the actual costumes from, well, honest to God, from the freaking comics. So that's going to be kind of cool. I think that they might be upgrading his helmet too to look more comic accurate. So I'll be interested in seeing that.
The other thing with him was that he grew facial hair and a beard.
For Thor Ragnarok, I don't know if he did for Guardians 3.
That's what they're saying that he did it for. He also
he grew a beard out. Okay,
yeah,
well, that'd be interesting. I'll be thoroughly entertained to see this movie. Especially, I'm curious where Thor 4 is going to leave them off. So we'll definitely go from there. Any more thoughts, comments, concerns on Guardians of the Galaxy wrapping up filming?
Do you think Thor might appear in Volume 3?
I don't think so. I think that's why they're showing the Guardians in Volume 3, because I think they're going to retire Thor. I really do.
I have to say goodbye to my dad. It's painful. It's going to be painful.
It is. But I don't know. I think that they're going to start off in the first movie, and then Thor's going to go his own way. And we're going to go from there.
I thought he went his own way after the end game.
He did with the Guardians, though. He went his own way in the cosmos with the Guardians.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. So I will be thoroughly interested in what we see whenever we get a first trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Anyways, on to our next topic. Yeah. Anyways, on to our next topic. Halo Infinite's multiplayer has had its second season released, and it is called Lone Wolves. I have actually played a little bit of it. We do have big team battle back, thank God. And I know we are supposed to be getting later on in this season. We are supposed to be getting co-op for the
and a beta for Forge.
And a beta for Forge. I know, Joe. You're being butthurt because someone touched your bum in the wrong area, right? Anyways,
you want to fight? You want to fight?
Thank you, Runic, for joining in on that joke. That was nice.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, what do you guys think, personally?
Personally, I don't play Halo, so that's between y'all guys.
All right. We already know how Joe thinks. Apparently, this game has touched him in inappropriate places and is never.
Okay, I'm gonna reach through there and make you sing soprano if you don't shut up.
Anyways, Joe is tremendously butthurt. Joe is tremendously butthurt over this season 2 because apparently there is no co-op or Forge right out the gate.
It's something we should have had at day 1, you know?
Don't know.
I mean, right.
Halo 5 did something similar. I never.
The creators went a different way about it. That's all it was.
Well, it's 343. They're the same people that did Halo 4 and 5, and I don't even know if Halo 4 had a Forge at launch. So
I don't think so. I don't think it did.
I don't know. I didn't really play Forge. The most Forge I ever did was like Halo Reach. That's it. But yeah, Runic, do you have any thoughts, comments, concerns on Halo Infinite multiplayer season 2?
I heard it. Oh, I see that it's mostly revolved around Reach, which is interesting.
Yep.
But other than that, no. I mean, season's
There
long
are some
enough
new
to-
maps that we got too.
season's long
As well.
enough for you to complete. It's like 100 something days, so
Yeah,
Start
if you
grinding.
grind at it. Yeah, you're
start
not wrong.
grinding.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that was our final topic. If you guys want to, we can go into Snowdaquicks.
Oh, that really was shit.
Yeah.
Huh?
We went
So,
through that
let's
shit
go.
fast. That was like, what,
Yeah.
30 minutes?
Nope. Hour. We've been going live for an hour and 5, so we
Well,
did this
before,
for
we can't
about,
really count the beginning, though.
well, 15 minutes. That's minus 15 minutes, so we've really only been going for about minus additional 10. So about
45 minutes.
60-ish minutes. 45
Oh,
minutes.
I
Yeah.
have a topic. Have you guys heard of a game called Liapee?
Okay, hold on one second. Let me do the little intro here.
Liapee.
Welcome to Snowdaquicks, the weekly, non-weekly thing that we do, where if we run out of topics, we can do anything old, new, or anything we can further elaborate on a topic that we currently have. And yeah, so what were you saying,
You
Gallus?
should really give Panda. You should really give Panda credit for that line.
Yes, Panda Red. Thank you to @PandaRed for giving me that idea of his weekly or his League of Regrettable Superheroes and Villains, the weekly, non-weekly show that he does on his TikTok. Be sure to follow him, @PandaRed with 2 D's at the end.
There's a
I can
game that
respect
was
that.
recently released that I actually fairly enjoy, but it's like really early access.
No,
Okay.
that's
So
bit of a
let's
red
let
flag.
Gallows talk about whatever he was talking about. What was your question?
It's so have you ever guys heard of a game called Liapee? Like LIE
Sounds familiar.
up P.
Uh,
Well, it was supposed to be like
It doesn't sound familiar.
it came out. The trailer and everything came out on like in May of this year and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're still
And
in
it
May,
was
buddy.
supposed to be about Pinocchio, but it's more
Oh,
of
yeah.
more of a dark form stuff.
Oh, so it's like it's an indie game basically.
Yeah, basically, it looks.
Oh,
What I've
okay.
seen from the trailers, it looks really good and everything. It looks like it could be a big old open world type game and stuff instead of an indie game.
I think it's
Huh,
like
that sounds like a
Pinocchio
lot of
meets
fun.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, basically, that's who created the game. The Dark Souls.
like a
The guy who created
roguelike.
Dark Souls. That's who created the game. Basically.
Oh, so it's fuck, what's the name of their studio? I forget. Anyways, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So basically, you're in medieval time, and you're fighting against monsters, I guess, type of things.
Okay, so it's basically a Dark Souls game meets another game.
kind of like
Yeah,
a
basically.
roguelike.
Oh, nope, we pissed off Runic. He's gone forever, guys.
But yeah, basically,
But
that's
yeah,
what it
I've heard of it. Or I haven't heard of it, but I'll definitely check it out. It sounds interesting.
It's in. I know for a fact in South Korea, where Runic's at, he's able to play it because that's where they launched it at. And
Oh,
supposedly,
in South Korea?
yeah, supposedly here in a little bit, they're supposed to be launching it here in the States soon.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna put it as a topic, but the thing was, it was like last 2 months ago, like 5-6 months ago. So I was like, I should not do that.
Yeah, if it was that early in production and stuff like that, then yeah, I mean, we could have talked about it, but honestly, it's nice that we talked about it right now. So apparently, Runic, you're going to be able to get access to it earlier
Fancy.
because it's where they launched it. They launched it in South Korea.
Basically,
Well, I'll be here until February, maybe longer if my wife comes.
Hey,
Oh,
there
that's
you go.
disgusting.
But there's a game that actually is still in its early access that was released like sometime like last month or like the month prior.
Mhm.
It's called SCP Pandemic. It's only $20. Its base game is going to
Oh.
remain at $20.
I heard of that. It actually looks pretty interesting and spooky.
It's really buggy-ish. and there's no player-to-player servers. It's only dedicated right now.
Okay.
But there's a Discord for them, and they keep like daily updates. They let you know what's going on. They let you know what they're implementing, what they're adding.
It looks
And
spooky.
It's pretty good. I like it. I enjoy it.
I'll definitely check it out. Joe, do you have a? Oh, go ahead.
I actually watched a video with somebody called Jackfrax where he and another guy played a build of it.
It's not easy, that's for sure.
It looks fun.
It is.
It'd be funny. Like, is it gonna be like a co-op or?
So you can play 1 through 4 people on the campaign, 1 through 6 people on wave, 1 through 12 people on PvP, and like I think 1 through 4 people on like weapons testing.
Oh, okay.
Cool. It'd be cool if you have like 4 players and then 1 player is like something like
an SCP.
Yeah, or no, like some kind of something that like where you could spawn a bunch of random SCPs and shit. You know, and really fuck with everyone.
Right.
Like you know, oh, the 4 players that think they're getting away from SCP-05. Surprise! They summon 096, which, unless I'm incorrect, is that the one where it can face through walls and shit?
I think so. If I remember right, it's the one that.
It looks like an old rotting old guy that can go through walls and he can pull you into a pocket dimension if you're not careful.
Oh yeah. That's the dude.
But yeah, the base game's only $20, and it will remain $20 permanently.
That's awesome. That's actually relatively cheap.
A game I would definitely want to pick up, but if you have like if you're prone to having a heart condition or something, yeah, stay away from it.
Oh yeah. All right. Joe, do you have anything for Snodacast?
Not really. I was actually gonna bring up the SCP game, but well, actually, there's some kind of Diablo-esque camera view survival game, MMO kind of like game coming that's in beta called V Rising.
Okay.
You basically play as a vampire and make your own castle and kind of go through things like a roguelike, you know, like there's a weird thing of like the quality of blood or whatever you sink your teeth into.
I can't do vampire games. I don't think they really do so good on vampire. So.
Honestly,
I feel like it's more of a genre that doesn't really work out too very well.
I would agree, but V Rising is actually looking pretty solid so far.
I can't do over like sky view cameras. It just bothers me. Or like Resident Evil style cameras. I can't do it like at all.
If I were to play a game like that, I would just be playing Diablo 3.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was
terrible.
Speaking, he brought up Resident Evil. So a topic we forgot to mention was the Resident Evil trailer, which I still not seen for the Netflix series. And apparently, it is ditching the games and following its own path.
Yeah.
Fair,
I'm gonna have to hard pass.
So from what I've seen from the trailer, hold on. Let me explain it first. So what I've seen from the trailer itself, it's not following the storyline of the last girl of the last series, the last series they made. This one is following a whole new girl. The main character is a black girl. Her family lives in the new Raccoon City, in the brand new Raccoon City city. It is run by Umbrella. It's like mining towns. You know how that mining towns were controlled by mining companies.
Yup.
Gold Rush.
That's what it basically is. Well, the virus break out again in Raccoon City, and I'm guessing after it goes from her as a teenager in the company in the town with her dad to going to her as either an adolescent adult or as an adult in the future. So it does a whole time skip in the middle of the series, in the middle of the movie or series.
Okay.
What I've seen from it, I think it's really good. But that's me. I enjoy the Resident Evil movies sometimes. The last 2 of the Resident Evil movies, not so good. I didn't like them. They look like trash mostly. But this new one looks like it should be a really good movie.
So I think
What were
the
you saying?
biggest mistake
I just
was
saw a thing about movies for next year, but that's a different that's a different topic for later.
So, Runick, what were you saying?
I think their biggest mistake was starting up in Raccoon City again. It happened once; it's gonna happen again.
Not following the game's
fucking
fucking
Raccoon City is where the whole thing started, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm not saying like they should have started it somewhere else. I'm just saying like you would think like if this was a real life scenario, you'd think like, oh shit, Raccoon City is causing a lot of problems. Let's just never build there again.
Yeah,
pretty
probably.
much. It's like what was that story?
Silent Hill.
No, well, kind of, but it's an old wise tale. It's supposed to be. It's about how a bunch of settlers settle on the land. Well, a few years into settling on the land, everything goes to shit. Their food runs out. Yeah, there we go. That's what it sounds like. What he was saying. It sounds like Roanoke, where they learned from the first time never to build on there, so that's why there isn't the territory on there.
They just saw.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Roanoke
Okay, so
fucking-
Roanoke was like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I know the story all too well. Mystery.
What was it? Yeah, like the town just mysteriously disappeared, and there was only
Yeah,
one word.
everybody in the town just fucking disappeared, and the last thing that was said was Roanoke, and that's it.
Croatoan, actually.
Croatoan
was written on a post. Yeah, it was written on like a post or something, and that was all they found. There was like everything was left behind. There was nobody. There was no damage. It was just everything was left behind. And honestly, yeah, I mean,
It's fucking.
it could
spooky.
definitely be. It is. It's incredibly terrifying. But I guarantee you, they just up and left. They're like, okay, no, we found a way to survive and shit. And
Yeah,
I guarantee
that or
they moved to other towns.
maybe the Reapers from Mass Effect are real.
Maybe. All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and... Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I have been your host, Black Chef 56. This has been the Snodacast episode 20. I have been joined by Joker.
Don't worry, your Prince of Darkness will be here next time.
And I'm going to kill him for that, so he won't be here next time. I'm also joined by Runic Skull. All right. And of course, I'm also joined by the one, the only Gallows. And we were also joined by Diamond Assassin. And we will see you all later. Thanks for tuning in, folks.